On Maplewood Drive in Denver, time doesn't move the same for everyone. The first clue came in 2012 when doctors realized the Johnson family had aged 5 full years, while their neighbors, the Millers, had barely aged at all. Scientists set up monitoring stations and found that each house sat inside its own time speed, some faster, some painfully slow. Weather seems to be the trigger. Storms stretch time, heat speeds it up, and snowfall freezes whole blocks into slow motion. Families living there slowly drift apart in age, even if they see each other every day. Emergency teams struggle to help because by the time they reach a house, hours may have passed for the people inside. But if one street can warp time, wait till you see a whole city rewrite its own history. Every few years, Duluth wakes up as a completely different city. For about a day, sometimes longer, an alternate version appears, one where the Cloquet fire never happened. Streets fill with buildings that were destroyed in our timeline. People run into alternate versions of their neighbors, alive and living full lives on familiar blocks. Urban planner Dr. Rebecca Foster has mapped more than 300 structures that appear only during these shifts. The strange part? Visitors have brought back items from this other Duluth. Newspapers, tools, even letters, and every piece tests as real. The event fades after 12 to 36 hours, leaving no trace behind except confused residents and physical objects that shouldn't exist here at all. And if cities can shift, then get ready for a room where your thoughts turn solid. At UC Berkeley, there's a room where your thoughts refuse to stay inside your head. Dr. Michael Chen found it in 2015 during a routine test when a clear, sharp crystal suddenly formed in front of him, shaped exactly like the idea he was working on. Inside this room, analytical thoughts turn into solid crystal patterns, while emotional thoughts glow, shift temperature, and change color. These thoughts aren't illusions. They have weight, they give off electromagnetic signals, and they can be measured. When several people enter together, their ideas combine and build huge, stable structures that hang in the air like floating sculptures. After each session, researchers notice stronger neural connections, as if the brain learns faster inside this place. But what this lab does with thoughts, a forest does with the future. Deep inside the Olympic National Forest, there's a trail where some hikers see something impossible, their future selves. The first report came in 1994 when Dr. Michael Chen met an older version of himself who warned him about a rock slide. Minutes later, the slide happened exactly as described. Since then, Ranger Jennifer Walsh has confirmed more than 200 cases just like it. Researchers discovered crystals under the forest floor that bend time, creating thin spots where future and present overlap. People don't only see themselves, they see future versions of the forest, storms that haven't happened yet, and buildings that don't exist today. Shockingly, the future information people get here turns out to be 94% accurate. And if seeing the future shocks you, stepping straight into the past hits even harder. In a quiet corner of Prague, several city blocks sometimes slip into the 14th century. When it happens, the streets fill with stone houses, wooden shops, and villagers dressed in medieval clothes, all living normal lives. The first known encounter happened in 1995, when tourist Margaret Fleming walked into what she thought was a festival, until her phone stopped working and the buildings around her changed shape. Dr. Pavel Novus later confirmed that none of the villagers are actors. They breathe, talk, trade, and don't react to modern visitors. Items bought inside this strange zone have been tested, and every one of them is proven to be authentic medieval craftsmanship. Somehow, a real piece of the past keeps returning. But nothing prepares you for a place where physics runs in reverse. Hidden deep in Glacier National Park is a circular patch of land where everything behaves in reverse. Water doesn't flow down, it crawls up rocks. Loose objects drift toward the sky. Even fire chills the air instead of heating it. Ranger Tom Bradley was the first to see it back in 2006 and thought he was losing his mind. Then physicist Dr. Lisa Chang studied the area and confirmed the truth. Every natural force flips inside this zone. What's even stranger is that entropy drops, broken branches reattach, snapped ropes repair themselves, and crushed cans pop back into shape. The zone grows about a meter every year. Tribal elders say it's the old doorway to the upside-down world. And if nature can break the rules, wait until the buildings start acting alive. In Seattle, something strange started happening in 2010 inside the Columbia Center. Workers noticed the building wasn't just reacting to weather, it was reacting to them. Walls seemed to breathe, lights changed with people's moods, and certain floors felt warmer or calmer depending on who walked through. Dr. Amanda Foster later discovered that parts of the structure had developed biological features, small channels that acted like circulation, fiber-like strands that behaved like neural networks, and sections that healed cracks on their own. Over time, nearby buildings began showing the same signs, as if the idea of living architecture was spreading. Regular visitors even say the buildings remember them and adjust to keep them comfortable, almost like forming relationships. But when the buildings wake up, probability itself starts falling apart. Millfield looks like a normal town until the luck storms hit. When they roll in, probability breaks. Things that should be rare start happening over and over, while simple everyday events stop making sense. Statistician Dr. Robert Kim recorded impossible patterns, coin flips landing in perfect sequences, dice matching dates, even lottery numbers repeating inside the same week. During these storms, doctors have reported new genetic mutations, but none of them harmful. Every one helps the body in some small way. Researchers now think Millfield is brushing against a universe where math works differently, and the overlap spills into our world when the sky hits certain conditions. The storms vanish as fast as they come, leaving people stunned. And if luck can break, emotions can bend reality even further. Inside a sealed research room at Stanford, emotions don't just change the mood, they change reality. Dr. Patricia Wong discovered the effect in 2007 when her irritation during an experiment caused the room's temperature to jump. From there, the team learned that different feelings create different physical reactions. Anger warms the air. Sadness pulls everything down, making objects heavier. Joy lifts things slightly, and love keeps lasers steady enough for impossible measurements. When groups enter the room together, their emotions blend into wild effects. Objects levitate, decay rates shift, and small metal pieces bend. The team now treats emotional energy like a fifth force. Because of the risks, the lab follows strict rules to keep everyone calm. But all of this still can't match a house that lives in two timelines at once. At 1247 Maple Street, the Jameson family lives in a house that refuses to stay in one reality. Some days the rooms flicker, and the entire home shifts into another version of itself. In that version, the Morrison family is alive and going about their day, even though they died in a fire back in 1987. Cameras placed around the home show both families inside the same rooms, moving through each other like ghosts. Neither side sees the other. Dr. Elena Vasquez, a quantum physicist, calls these moments dimensional bleeding periods, where two timelines brush against each other. The Morrison family talks about recent events they shouldn't know, and other homes with sudden deaths show the same strange scars. These places prove one thing: our universe is leaking at the edges, and the impossible isn't rare, it's just hidden. Stay curious, watch the corners of your world, and subscribe.